All right, now welcome to the microphones of SWR 999 FM.
Thank you for having me, and hello, Sydney.
I tell you what, before we do that, I've got something here that says Lucy Gale. She's soul royalty, loves soul music, and she's an actor. She's a songwriter. She's an artistic creator, and I tell you what, you are the hidden voice all around the world, and people don't know that, do they?
Oh my God! Pretty much.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, John, when I was pretty much the industry, I think, chose me because when I was born, I never spoke. I didn't speak a word until I was 6. I never made a sound.
Right.
And at the age of 6, cut a long story short, at the age of 6, the first thing I ever did was sing. And it wasn't like I didn't know what I was going to do. It's like it found me, you know. The music industry. Sorry. Are you there, Dom?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry.
I can hear you.
At the age of 6, when I started to sing, and then and that was it for me. I didn't think about wanting to become a singer. It's all I knew from a little girl, and I just started to sing, and that was it for me, and I made it my career. Now,
I just want to tell people a little bit about you.
Thank you.
And there's a lot to tell. She's sung in front of 90,000 people at the rugby grand final.
I did.
You're signed, and you don't tell too many people this, by Whitney Houston's production company.
I was, yes.
Performed with Wilson Pickett, Bobby Brown, Max Merritt, Andrea Bocelli.
Yes.
It goes on and on and on.
That was with Dominic too.
Yeah,
Dominic
that's right. And I've got to thank Dominic tonight for allowing me to interview you, because if it wasn't for Dominic, I wouldn't have you on air tonight.
Thank you.
And I tell you, just the charities go on and on and on.
Yes.
And you're getting together with Dominic, aren't you, apparently?
Yes. Look, I've known Dominic for many, many years. We've worked together and, singing, and he's my best friend, and he's just such a talent, and he's another incredible talent, and such a beautiful person. And, we'll be catching up very soon.
Now tell me, because these are very important things I'm going to mention to people. Tell me about the ASA American Songwriting Awards.
Well, I entered How Do I Say Goodbye into, this is the single, into the American, and it got nominated into the finals.
Right.
And by the second, by one person, it's somebody else had beaten me to that song. And I sent the song out, and they absolutely loved it over there.
And there's so many things behind your name. Tell me about the Archibald Prize.
I was chosen to be painted for the Archibald by Jim Van Dee. He's a very, very well-known artist, painter here in Australia, and he's absolutely incredible. And he's got a very big name. And he found me, and I guess my years of experience, and he wanted to paint me. And he loves redheads, Dom.
You're a stunner. Let me tell you, people ought to go to Facebook and check you out. You're a hot sword.
I know, he's amazing. And then we got into the other one of the Archibald, which was fantastic. Into the I can't remember the name now. We got into that one, and Jim Van Dee has actually won many awards over the years, and he's quite an incredible artist, painter. And
what amazes me too, I've taken this out of a newspaper, and it says, Lucy is now recognised as one of the world's hidden voices. Explain that to me, because you do so much.
You know where that came from? Gavin Wood. Gavin Wood used to manage me, and Gavin Wood used to be on TV years ago. He's such an amazing man and my friend, and he used to call me the best secret in Australia, and so I guess that was always after him. That was sort of named after him, you know. And that's where the name came from.
And you've
it's
done
one of the hidden voices. I always say that I've made it under the radar instead of over the radar.
I'll tell you what,
You know?
I've just picked up your new album. It is a killer.
Thank you.
There's 2 killer tracks on there. If they don't get played, I don't know what will get played.
Thank you, Dom. Thank you.
It really is a killer. And I'll tell you what, I've also noticed here that you toured in New York, of course, Las Vegas a lot.
Yes. Las Vegas, New York. That was back in the 90s also, where we were dealing with the Whitney family. And I also sang in New York. And I do also, sing blues and soul and gospel. Love gospel music also over there, and sang with many, many great singers and people over there. It's fantastic. Fantastic the Australian industry.
And I see that you just sung so many variety charity concerts.
I have.
Channel 9, Channel 10. It just goes. It's so much. It's not. I can't read it all. It's just so much of it.
Thank you. I know. It's a lot of years and a lot of experience. And Dom, it's something that I really love. Like absolutely love. I just can't get enough of it. And I love my audiences, and I love singing and giving my soul to the audiences, and they give back, they really give back. And the more they give me back, the more they give back, the more I just keep giving out, And another charity here is Les Cinnamon, and I wrote a song with Bettina and Dominic and a few others, and it's called Tears of a Child, and that's also on YouTube. And they did a video on that. It's about the homeless. It's for the homeless on the western side of Melbourne. For the homeless, and they do such an incredible job.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play another track and I'll come back with you. Okay?
Great, thank you, John.
This is track 4 off your CD.
Thank you.
Baby's got the best of me. In love together, you never walk away. No. Don't know why, but it's happening to me. Burning like fire inside of me. You're gonna be my baby tonight. All I want
Hello. 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 Hello.
Must realize the good in me. When all was said and done, this love was meant to be.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. All right, no worries. Okay, just hold on.
Give me best moments of my life. I can't forget this memory. I can't forget how much you meant to me. And how can I go on?
Okay, SWR FM 99.9, 999 FM. This is the Hit Mix Show with Lucy Gale. Lucy, are you there? Hello, are you there, Lucy? Lucy, are you here? Are you there?
Yes, I.
Okay.
I'm here, Dom. Can you hear me?
Okay, we're right now. All good. Sorry about that.
Good.
It might have been. I don't think it's our product here because everything's on over here, so it might be something to do with your phone. But that's all right.
It could be.
It's
it
all
could
good.
Be. I'm good now.
That's all right. Now listen to this. Now this is another thing I want to tell the people. Tell me about the interview with John Edwards, the psychic.
It was really interesting. He's a lovely man, a really, really nice man. It's funny, you know, I always wanted to go and see him. I thought, you know, be in the audience and see him. And then I thought, oh my God, I would love to have met him. And I can't believe it, I actually ended up interviewing him, which was fantastic. Look, it was a really, really interesting, everything he was telling me, you know, he's perceptive to being psychic. You know, I'm a little bit like that, a little bit, you know, in that sort of, I'm very spiritual, I'm a very spiritual person. And, you know, yeah, it was sort of really interesting interviewing him about it, and me being chosen to interview him. It was quite good. I liked it. I liked him. I thought he was things that he believed in what he does, and you know, he was a good man, I guess. I don't really know what to say, you know.
No, that's right. That's right. Now, another thing that's interesting, how many millions of people take cruises with Royal Caribbean?
Oh, millions.
Tell me about your life with Royal Caribbean.
Oh, look, I'm a headline on the Royal Caribbean, and it won't start till probably September, October, and I sing on the cruises with two incredible singers, musicians. One is John Tony, he's from Chicago, and Wally J. Miller, and he's from Ohio, and they both live in Melbourne, Australia, and they're both citizens now, and we've been singing together for many, many years. And we happen to work together and we do the Motown show on the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. And it's a great ship, and the people are fantastic. We meet people from all over the world. You know, I've met people from Alabama.
Can I tell you? Me and my wife have had 7 cruises with the Caribbean, and I've seen you on there so many times.
Oh, wow.
And you were pretty good.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. And
Thank you.
And it's just amazing. Tell the audience how you actually picked for those cruises, because people will not believe it. I saw a documentary on how people like you are picked to do the cruising with Royal Caribbean. Just tell them.
I don't know. It's almost like they've got scouts out there,
Yep.
you know. And then they sort of, because see, to work on the Royal Caribbean cruise line, you have to be good. Like, it's not like you just got to be, you know, you have to be good, because you're performing for different types of people from all over the world, and not everybody's going to like you, you know. But thank God in our circumstance, I mean, we always get our standing ovation. People can't get enough of us once we finished our show, and, you know, they want to compliment you, they want to get to know you, they want to, you know, and you make them feel good.
You know? What interested me, I saw a documentary on that on TV, and I was amazed that the cruise line have their own production companies and pick people all around the world, and they have to actually interview them, like them, and they've got to do a test for thousands of people before they even get picked.
We didn't. I didn't, and we didn't. You know, we have a name.
They must have known the way you were, but that's the way they do it. Generally, I just saw the documentary on it one day, and that's what they said they were doing.
Yeah. But working with the guys too, you know, they've like you said, Dom, you've seen the show, you know, and you know like what we do and what we're all about, you know. And it's making everybody really happy in that room, and you're singing soul music and Motown, and you're giving, you know, you're presenting music in that era, which is fantastic. And I love that era. And
you love soul, don't you?
I love soul. I love gospel. I love R&B. I love soul. You know, I'm pretty versatile too, though. You know, I get to sing different styles of music, and I guess growing up, you know, my influences from Michael Jackson, you know, my influences from Aretha Franklin, from Chaka Khan, from, there's plenty, from Gladys Knight.
What was Bobby Brown like to sing behind?
Oh, beautiful. Bobby Brown was such a beautiful, beautiful man. I met Bobby Brown when they came to Australia, when they came down here, and they did the show down here, and playing for him was just, the man is just absolutely incredible. Beautiful people, you know. I became very close with Gary Houston.
Yep.
When they came out, and we all got together and we had dinner. I had dinner with Bobby Brown and Gary Houston and the family, and he had, you know, and it was really nice. Look, they were pretty cool. Bobby Brown was so little. He had his big,
he was, you know. I remember seeing him on a show, and I was amazed how short he was, actually.
Yeah.
Now you've got your own production company now, haven't you? I think, or
yeah. I do, and I don't know. You just got to. I think every day, whatever you end up doing, you know, you just sort of, you're always finding something different in your life to want to achieve and to do. And, you know, my next goal, I guess, in the future I want to head to Vegas.
Yeah.
I want to head up there and you know.
Did you enjoy Vegas when you did it?
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. I really love New York, and I love Los Angeles. I love America.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, look, it's just different, you know. Or what you put out here in the country, in Australia, you get back.
Oh, you know what I was saying, Lucy, to a few people here? It actually amazes me that when you're in Australia and you work so hard, I might be wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. Okay?
You do.
You get a lot of these great talents, but for some reason, the Australian audiences don't really realise how good they are. Then they go overseas. Like, as I said, Sophie, I interviewed as the first person that no one knew Sophie Serafino. And she used to do things over here, and she was amazing. She did a couple of videos and bits, and then suddenly she says, Dominic, I'm going overseas. She's an awesome big act overseas. Yeah. People don't realise. Joe Avardi is the same, one of the top 10 comedians, top 10 comedians in the world. And over here, you know, it was hard to make a dollar.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, I know. It's almost Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It seems to me that you're in a little bit of the same circle, that you're known by everybody around the world, but over here they don't. Well, they probably do listen to The Voice, but they don't know The Voice. Like you were the voice of Linda Blankets, weren't you?
Oh,
you didn't know I knew that, did you?
Yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that. I mean, they've got all their competitions now on TV. Everything's changed. The music industry has actually changed quite a lot.
Yeah.
And but the good thing is not only myself, but a lot of the musicians and people that I know, thank God for the experience and for who they are, that, everybody's still up there and doing really well in the music industry here, if you got that chance to do it. If you really want success, I think if you really, really want to become hugely successful, I think you would have to go overseas, because to make money for yourself. And if it's not for records or anything else, it's for performances. You've got to get paid well. That's the key. You've got to get paid well.
And you also were involved with Andrea Bocelli. Now, he's not known much. He's only the best in the world.
Oh, he's the best in the world. I know. And what a beautiful man. We did, Dominic and I performed for Andrea Bocelli. And he, the man is just unbelievable. I mean, he stood up and gave us a standing ovation, and it was such a beautiful, beautiful man. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we met his wife. He had his brother, and his family. They come and they tour with him when he comes to Australia. He sort of brings his entourage with him, which is like his family, and, and he really is a really, really such a nice man.
Now, I just want to thank you for what I'm going to tell you now, because it's very, very, very important to me. I know you're launching a new CD, and I know that you've got a special track on there. I'll ask you to tell me a little bit about that track. And we are privileged to play it here at SWR 999 FM. So
thank you.
I just want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to do this tonight. So tell the public out there about your new CD and the track we're going to play.
Okay. When I wrote How Do I Say Goodbye, I'm a big fan of Sylvester Stallone. And when I heard that Sage passed, I wrote that song in 2 hours. And because I can't imagine, but it wasn't only that I wrote it for Sage, I wrote it for, I mean, when somebody passes, how do you say goodbye to somebody, 1 minute they're there and the next minute they're gone? And I thought, and this came to me, and I wrote it, and I wrote the music. I had Dominic and Andrew Goikis were into the recording studio, and we knocked it down. And I fell in love with this song. I just thought it was such a beautiful song that it could be played anywhere for anybody, And it was one of those songs, and that's how I wrote. That's how I came about writing How Do I Say Goodbye. I wrote that especially for Sage Stallone, and it's also people that have bought my single. They're always playing it, and if somebody's passed or somebody's lost somebody, they play that song. And I think it's a pretty song.
Oh, I tell you what, I've been listening to your album over the last day and a half. Oh, mate, I tell you what, it sends shivers up my spine.
Oh, Dom, thank you.
You listen to a track and your hair goes up. Well,
yeah.
I'm telling you, this track is pretty amazing. The way what amazes me about the album, you've got 2 great killer dance tracks on here too.
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about that one. Ross Ingalls, who produced those songs, produced that album, except for How Do I Say Goodbye. Ross is an outstanding, he's an incredible musician here in Melbourne, Australia, and a lot of his commercials that people used to hear over the years, a lot of them were Ross Ingalls. Very, very well-respected man.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing his album all the time. It's a great album.
Oh.
It really is. And, and when I listened to him and he gave me a few minutes of his time, you just don't realise how big people overseas are.
It's true. Yeah. And I appreciate to have somebody like Ross, and he works a lot with incredible engineers like Doug Brady, who's, like we in the industry, and Ross Ingalls at the moment is not doing too well, but I wanted him to produce my latest album, and unfortunately he's not the very best at the moment, so I'd really love to dedicate my whole new album once I get back into the studio. And Dominic, Dom, you're going to love my new album.
Well,
you haven't heard anything yet.
I've just picked up this one, and I like, and it amazes me. You write your own music. It's you're the full package.
Thank you, Dom. Thank you.
And you've done a bit of acting also. It just goes on and on and on. I don't want to keep on going on because there's so much happening here. But you know what's amazing about, I just want to tell you a little about Hitmix, what it's all about. I've been doing this for years and years and years and years.
Yep.
But what amazes me with Hitmix, I don't really want to go to the big artists or try to, because at the end of the day, they're going to be interviewed by everybody. When I see someone that's got so much talent, and I work hard to try to, and Dominic was another one of those. Sophie Serafino was all like that. Joe Varney was like that. And, I look at them and say, I would love to interview these guys, because at the end of the day, they're not, you mightn't be known here, but people don't realise how big you are overseas.
Yeah, it's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, my family's very talented. My brother Vince, he's another piano player and singer, and he's wonderful. And, he was an inspiration to me too growing up, watching him from a little girl when I was a little girl, and he used to play, and, all of that growing up in the music industry for me, and growing up with all of that and everything you're saying, especially, and then I met Dominic when I was also at 18. I was 18 when I met Dom.
Yeah.
So, we have a lot of years, and we've worked a lot, and I'll tell you what, he really is a true talent, that kid. That guy.
He's an amazing talent, And
he really is.
And I tell you now, Lucy, I won't play music I don't think's any good. But I'm only a little bloke here. I'm not at number one in Australia. But I just, if it's good stuff, I'll play it. If it's not, I'll just say no. I'm not really. So many people are on Facebook and send me all their information. I play it, and I say,
yeah.
But when I hear the talent, I'd love to try to get involved with it, and in my own little way.
Yeah, you're right, Dom. I mean, there are singers, and then there are singers.
That's right.
So, and when you're born, I was born with God's soul.
Yep.
And something a little bit different, and but when I sing, you can feel it.
Oh, mate,
they
really say you're the
feel
voice
it,
of Whitney Houston. Wait till they hear some of the tracks. How high you go. It's quite amazing.
Oh, I've got 5 octaves.
Anyhow, listen, I could talk to you all night, but I've got promos to pay and whatever. So what I'm going to do...